Good morning, everybody. Let's talk details today about this sunscreen. This is the Klairs All Day Sunscreen SPF 50, and it has the 4 pluses PA in it. So Wish Trend sent me a package, I think it was a couple months ago, and then I finally got around to trying this. They just wanted to ask me for my feedback about this, and the rep that actually emailed me said, like, look, if you have any kinds of feedback, like, we want to know what you think about it. And this is what I'm going to do today. And I do have a lot of feedback, so if you are interested in K-Beauty sunscreen, I think this is going to be a useful video for you. And for reference, once again, my skin is acne prone, it's rosacea prone, it is combo skin, and it is very reactive, and it is ultra sensitive. So keep that in mind when I'm giving you all the details. I'll have more details on the screen here too. So let's get into it. Okay, I have a bunch of my notes here, so I am going to be looking there as well because I couldn't memorize everything, because I do want to go through all the ingredients and the claims and the benefits. And then of course I'm going to do a split screen, show you the application, and I am actually wearing this today. So I put this on in the morning and I've been wearing it for a few hours. So you're going to see a wear test as well, but then you'll see the full application and the consistency of this too in a split screen that I'm going to show you in the duration of this video. So first of all, let's start off with what this is. This is a K-Beauty sunscreen manufactured in Korea, and it's 100% chemical sunscreen, which is an important part of this video because when I first put this on, and you're going to see this in the split screen application here, I thought it could be a hybrid, or I thought it could be a mineral, because I know that Klairs did a like all day sunscreen like this, but it had a green cap, and that was actually mineral. It's called an airy sunscreen. This does not feel airy to the touch, either in my hand or actually when I put it on my face. What I mean by that, it doesn't feel really heavy, but it does not feel like super airy. Like if you've all tried the Nivea Super Gel, which I really like, or the Mermaid, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like there is substance to it. So the good thing about that is if you don't like to do moisturizer and sunscreen, this will definitely double up because it is very moisturizing. So back to the chemical versus mineral, it is 100% chemical sunscreen, and then it offers protection UVA and UVB. So you get both in here. It's broad spectrum, 100% chemical, and because it doesn't work like a mineral sunscreen, you're not going to have that white cast at all, because of course the mineral sunscreen, it'll sit on your skin and then it deflects the sun, where this is absorbed into the skin. And I can attest to that. There is no white cast. You'll see the screen here too. But again, it's not like a gel. There is substance to this. So let's talk about the protection. It says 50 and then it has the 4 pluses. Well, is it really 50? We all know what happened with the Asian Beauty, let's just say, issue years ago. I'm not going to name the brand because I do like that brand. But what this says is they did 3 different clinical studies, and this is right on their website, and I'm going to read what it says. It says that they've announced that all of their products released in the future will undergo a UV protection SPF test, and it was confirmed through 3 tests that this is a 50 SPF PA with 4 pluses, and that was confirmed by doing 3 clinical tests in 3 different institutions. Okay, so it passed all the tests. It is a 50 sunscreen. Now, yesterday, it's dark and rainy today where I am. I'm in Toronto right now filming. Yesterday, it was like a burning hot summer day, 27 degrees Celsius, and I did wear this all day long, and I'm going to tell you what happened. But first, let's go right into the key ingredients, because of course, ultra important for this video. First ingredient in here is niacinamide, the first one I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to go through the key ingredients. Niacinamide is one of my all-time favorite ingredients. Because it's in so many different products, I don't use it separately ever. I just want to make sure that my products have it. So it's good for evening out the skin tone, brightening. It also has some anti-acne effects in it. Now, a lot of people don't like to put the sunscreen that have niacinamide around the eyes. I have not had a problem with this at all around the eyes, and my dermatology also has niacinamide in it. So I've never had an issue if it's a well-made sunscreen, you know, putting it around the eyes. Now, of course, chemical sunscreens, if they go around the eyes, it could be irritating for some people. Did not have that problem. I'm going to tell you guys about my test yesterday when it was really hot out, but definitely have not had a problem with the application or any itchiness, anything like that. Okay, so love that antioxidants are in here, because like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I really think that you could just forego your moisturizer and really double up with this because it has so many good ingredients, and I find that it is moist enough. So I'm going to go through some of the antioxidants because they're so great for our skin. The first one is the Portulaca oleracea extract, and this is a great soothing ingredient that protects the skin from irritation, and I have very irritable skin, so very happy about that. And it's also formulated ideally for sensitive skin. The next one is maca root, and for those who don't know, it's actually a medicinal plant. So as I mentioned, it does feel very moisturizing on the skin. There is glycerin in here, there is panthenol in here, there is aloe leaf extract in here, which if you know me, that's one of my all-time favorites. I grew up just slathering that on my skin from the plant. And there's also Bulbaris vulgaris root extract in here. So let me explain what this is. Once again, this is a plant as well. And this is derived from the European barberry plant, which offers various potential benefits. It's actually been used in traditional medicine, something that I love very much. I love finding these products that have these plants that have been used in traditional medicine as well. And I feel like they've just been studied so much for their potential benefits in skincare. By the way, there's also adenosine in here, and that is really good as an anti-inflammatory, once again, if you're like me and you have reactive, super sensitive skin. Okay, there's also something interesting I found on the website. It's called the Sol Gel reaction. Now, Sol, Latin, of course, meaning sun, and then that's how we also say it in Spanish and Italian as well. So basically, this is the way they explain it on the website. There's particles in the gel state, I'm assuming, of this, that absorbs heat from the skin and changes it to the sol. Releasing the absorbed heat back into the gel state is what they call Sol Gel reaction. This is where their patent comes in. So what they're saying is that this is a patented ingredient that maintains the skin's heat, and this contraption that I just explained is the key to having this non-sticky formula. So that's the way they explain this patent in here. That's why this isn't sticky. And yes, I can attest to it. Split screen again, you'll see with the application, not sticky at all, but very moisturizing. So once again, if your skin is on the drier side, I think you'll enjoy this because I do feel like my skin is moist, and I feel like it just absorbs beautifully into the skin. And I have a little bit of eye makeup on, but nothing on my face. So if you see a little bit of a glow, it's from this. There's also another patent in here that they explain on the website, and they're saying that this patent is actually a component of 4 different berries. This actually suppresses unusual erythema in contact with ultraviolet light. So let's get down to the wear test. My experience yesterday, my experience during the week, and then I'll go into my experience specifically yesterday. So my experience during the week generally has been quite good. I am going to show you a clip here of the first time I used this. Now, you're gonna see I'm focusing on this area right here. I have very reactive skin, so typically if I try something new, my skin will react. That does not mean that your skin's going to react. I have reactive skin. I can give this to different people in my family and they won't get a reaction. My skin gets shocked and just reacts when I try something new. So when I first put it on, I got right here, I'll bring my light up here. Right here, I got like a big red blob, and I just refer to them as hives because they dissipate on their own. They are different than the hives I get where I need an antihistamine, okay? So I got like that reaction here. Again, I'll show you on the screen, and that dissipated on its own. It didn't cause me to break out, and I did not get any acne from it. As my skin got used to it, like for instance, the very next day, I never got a reaction like that ever again, and that didn't turn into a pimple or anything like that. I still have a bit here, but it just like subsides on its own. And then again, I'll show you here in the video. I get them a lot. Right now, I'm actually having a little bit of a rosacea breakout, and that's because my rosacea, even though it's a mild, it gets really, really exacerbated by the sun. I'm very careful about my nutritional regimen, so food doesn't really bother me because I don't really eat hot spicy food, but the sun does. So I am dealing with a little bit of rosacea here. So let's talk about the test yesterday, where it was 27 degrees Celsius. I was outside walking for an hour and I had applied this several hours earlier. So as I was walking, I did feel the heat outside, but what I was doing purposely is I kept touching my face and my face felt cool. I could feel my body internally hot, and I thought, oh my God, I don't know if this is strong enough. I've been outside for an hour walking, but I was touching my face felt cool. And when I got home, I didn't do anything else. I just sprayed a little bit of water on my face. I left this on, and when it came to the evening and I removed it, I had no issues. So it did a good job yesterday walking for over an hour, 27 degrees Celsius. I did not burn. My rosacea is my rosacea. It does get a little bothered by the sun, but this held its own. And at the end of the day, when I do my double cleanse with my oil based like balm and then my acne based cleanser, I could feel that it was coming off. So it had sustained its wear during the day. So they're right about that, because that is one of the claims on the website. I'm going to read it right here. It says all day use sunscreen by reducing ingredients that cause skin irritation and increasing soothing ingredients. This daily sunscreen can be used comfortably, even on sensitive skin, every day, all day long. So I can say that it worked for me the entire week. So every day this week, and then all day long yesterday. And when I took it off, yes, I felt like I was actually removing something. So wear test was good. Now, the last point here that I found the website says, light as if you're wearing nothing. And once again, it is called the All Day Airy Sunscreen. This is where I'm going to give honest feedback to the company, because they did ask me for my honest feedback. It doesn't feel as airy, as I said earlier, as like a Mermaid or a Nivea sun gel. They're not saying it's gel, but it doesn't have that really airy feel. Now, for a very moisturizing sunscreen, it is light, but generally, is it really airy, like a whipped consistency? No, I can definitely like feel it on my skin, like it feels moist, but that's not a bad thing. It feels great. Of course, I don't have any makeup on top of this, but let's talk a little bit about pilling or potential pilling. So in the days that I have been wearing this, I did try a little bit of makeup here specifically. Why? I have a dry patch here. So I have combo skin. So here where I have a dry patch, I could always feel a little bit of pilling, either if I had this on its own or with a little bit of makeup, but nowhere else on my face. Like this area here is more oily for me, and then here it's a little bit dry. So typically though, let me tell you this, most sunscreens with makeup on top will pill a little bit for me here. The Dermatology Universal, which is one of my all-time favorite sunscreens, that pills a little bit for me too. I find like that's hardest for me. Again, I'm not the best at doing makeup, even though I do my own makeup for broadcast television as well. When makeup artists do my makeup, when I work with them, I find that the way they apply the makeup, it doesn't pill. And one makeup artist actually told me that. She said, bring in your sunscreen, let me do it for you. It's the way you're layering your products. So I think the onus is on me there. So if you're amateur at makeup like me, I think you just need to be careful, especially in the areas that you're dry. Now, if you're really great at makeup and professional makeup artist, perhaps you won't have any issues at all. But because it is so moisturizing, I did have a little bit of pilling problems. Like I said, right here is very slight. Now, I didn't do full makeup. I just tried a little bit of makeup. Now, if I did more makeup, I probably would have had like more issues. So I just think that you need to be careful when you're using this and you're applying a ton of makeup on top. I would like the best thing I learned was like the makeup sponges. Like, so from my experience, like this, especially when you have something that's so moisturizing like this. So again, I think it's really about the application. I have a touch of pilling, like I said, but I'm super happy with this. It's extremely moisturizing on my skin. It combated the 27-degree weather I walked through yesterday, and it was really sunny all day. No acne breakouts, so definitely good for acne prone sensitive skin. So I'd say overall, they did a really good job. This didn't irritate me, didn't cause me any breakouts, and very comfortable to wear. So there you have it, Klairs All Day Airy Sunscreen. I'm definitely gonna continue to use this summer, which for like my skincare from my forehead to my chest is what I use this, and then I'll use body sunscreen for the rest of the skin on my body. So hopefully that was helpful, everybody. Your comments, inquiries, always welcome below. If there's something specific you want to know about this, if you're curious about purchasing it, I'll put the link below if you want to check out their website. You could probably get it from Stylovana or a bunch of different websites where they have the K Beauty as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.